What's up and welcome back. I'm John Stark from MovieGuy.com, your favorite blind film critic, and today I'm doing another anniversary release. This movie is now 30 years old. Coming off of the heels of me reviewing some other Kevin Costner films from last year, of course, I was going to do Waterworld. 30th anniversary of Waterworld. Found this movie on Netflix with audio description, so actually that's really why I did it. It was easily there. No searching required. This is Kevin Costner, Jeanne Tripplehorn, Dennis Hopper, and Tina Majorino. And click like and subscribe for people who review Waterworld 30 years later. And also for people who continue to do things while they're sick, because I'm a content creator regardless of my status as an ill or I'm dying. Anyway, I'm not dying, but I'm just this Waterworld makes you feel that way though. 30 years later, man, this movie's a trip. I remember seeing this in theaters when it first came out, and it's a lot easier to take as a kid. It's a lot easier to take as a kid because you can sit there and you can watch movies that make no sense and you're like, oh my god, this is so weird, I love it, you know? And you're here for it. And it's like cartoonish or whatever, and you're like, it's an adventure movie, and oh my god, they're jumping in the water, and you can be really excited for things. And then later on, you're like, what is this? What are they doing? Oh my god. Oh god. And then you look at the credits, and you get to sit through the credits, and you go, huh, Michael Jeter was in this. Oh, Jack Black was in this. Huh, look at that. Look at Jack Black being in Waterworld. So it's something he doesn't talk enough about. I feel like if I ever get to interview Jack Black, I'm gonna be like, so what was it like to be in Waterworld? What was that? What was that like for you? Anyway, we see the mariner, and he's off on this boat. I can't even. Do I have to explain the existence? So Waterworld is our world, but water. I guess it's if all the polar ice caps melted and all the sea levels rose, and there wasn't really any land left. You know, like that idea. So people live in these like floating islands, and they're on boats and stuff, and we've figured out how to like exist on the water. And we've been doing it for quite some time because Kevin Costner's character has a mutation. He's got gills. He's a fish person, so he can breathe underwater, and he's got some dirt, and dirt is like the most precious thing. He also has like a plant that he takes care of. But I mean, everybody wants dry land. This movie makes no sense, by the way. In case you just haven't picked up on the history of Waterworld, this movie makes literally no sense. Like I was thinking, the movie hinges upon Tina Majorino has a tattoo on her. Well, Tina Majorino is a child. So A, when did you tattoo a child? And B, she's going to grow, and the tattoo is going to move with it. So if it's a map, it's not really a good place to put a map on a thing that is still growing and stretching. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still... As a matter of fact, if it was done previously, it's probably already foobar. You know, like, it's done. But, of course, the movie doesn't realize that. The movie's like, yes, of course, this is an accurate map. I was like, what was it done yesterday? Like, anyway, so he ends up picking up Jeanne Tripplehorn and Tina Majorino and going on this quest, but there are these other smokers, raider, pirate people led by Dennis Hopper who are looking for this child because she's the key to finding land, and they don't, Kevin Costner doesn't want them to find land because they're bad guys, and he's had to run in with Dennis Hopper before, who doesn't have an eye, and Dennis Hopper's wondering, like, didn't I play a good enough villain in Speed that I should have gotten a better offer than this to play my next villain? But he's still trying to ham it up here. He's doing his best job playing a really good villain. It's just his villain is just so odd and so poorly written. But I can say that about like every character here. I don't think there's a single character here that was like, wow, good choices were made. There were two Kevin Costner movies that bombed, and in the 90s, and I've seen both of them since then, and the one that I would rather stand up for is The Postman. I think there's more of a movie in The Postman than there is in Waterworld. Waterworld is just the kind of movie that looks cool. I think for a while it was actually like a thing, or it's still a thing. Is it still a thing at Universal Studios Japan? Might still be. So, like, it's a cool concept, but he ends up making it into sort of a Mad Maxian thing, but it doesn't have the George Miller shine to it. So Kevin Costner's not interesting enough. He's not like Mel Gibson. He just kind of like slumber walks through the movie. Um, it's weird that he's like the worst thing about his movie, and like Dennis Hopper knows exactly what kind of movie he's in. To be totally fair, Dennis Hopper is fully aware of what movie he's in. No one else is, but Dennis Hopper is. And he's hamming it up as if he was in the water version of Mad Max. And it's great. Like he like previously, right before this, watched Beyond Thunderdome, and he's like, I'm good to go. Everybody else thinks they're making some sort of like serious epic, and they're not. And by the time it comes out, you're like, well, this could have been like the next Mad Max. Like if George Miller had directed this would be great. Like it has a lot of the trappings, but unfortunately Kevin Costner is thinking, oof, I'm I need to make sure that this, this is a serious movie that's taken well, and blah blah blah. And he's in a completely different headspace. It just doesn't work. And Gene Tripplehorn and Tina Majorino are both cast in just pretty straightforward dramatic roles. They're not really given anything fun or comedic to do. The most fun thing that happens is when he cuts their hair, and when he's mad at them, so he shortens their hair. And you're like, ha ha ha. So, has Waterworld aged well in 30 years? No. Waterworld was never good. It was always like is it so bad it's good film, is the question mark. I mean, I think if you watch Waterworld like once every 10 years, you can have some fun with it, because it is sort of like oh my God, I can't believe this happened. I can't believe this is real. I love the fact that there's audio description on it too, because then it gets to bring people in on this legendary epic failure. I hope there's audio description on Cutthroat Island so I can touch that this year too. But yeah, so that way it's not kept from people. Blind people get to be a part of this as well. So that's Waterworld. Yeah, I'm not going to come in here and defend Waterworld. It's just, I don't even think it's because Kevin and the script and everything aren't taking it as fun as it could be. It doesn't even have sort of the camp factor behind it that like Street Fighter does, or The Specialist, which I also reviewed semi recently for its 30th anniversary. So yeah, this doesn't really, it doesn't have that. It doesn't have the quotable lines. It doesn't have the totally absurd, like, what just happened moments. It just kind of drags on for over 2 hours. And Dennis Hopper is clearly chewing scene, and no one else is. He's having the time of his life, but the problem is that nobody else is. So, I don't know. Let me know if you like Waterworld, though. Either legitimately or illegitimately, either way. I thought the audio description track was really good. From everything I remember, I've seen this movie I think twice at least. So, because I know I saw it in theaters, and I know I've revisited this movie before. So I don't know that I've seen it more than twice before now. I think this might be my third time. So that's it. I'm giving Waterworld, I'll give it a C minus. It's getting bonus points for Dennis Hopper. It's getting Dennis Hopper points. Yeah. Yeah, Dennis Hopper knows what movie he's in. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the other side.